Okay. My internet is off. Whoever's on the live, welcome to the pod. Um, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Believe it. Crazy. Okay, it's saying that I'm actually on live finally. So welcome to the podcast. I am your host, OMD 300, and this is the Corner Store podcast. It's March 24th. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. If if you don't have your money right, if shit ain't right financially, you're gonna be frustrated all the time because this world is set up to where bills are gonna come in like gangbusters. I'm not, man, I'm pissed off today. I had a whole lot of shit I want to talk about. Now I gotta go into this bullshit because this don't even make no goddamn sense. And if you think I'm belly aching or you don't want to hear this shit because you got your own problems, you more than welcome to get the fuck out of here. I respect everybody. And this is my podcast. This is my channel. I've been noticing lately too, in the last few days, for whatever reason, my numbers as far as subscriptions and shit like that have been fluctuating. Gained a whole bunch of subscribers just for them to all of a sudden unsubscribe. I don't know. I went over my content just to see if there was anything that rubbed people the wrong way or some fake ass shit like that. And I don't see why. I even purged a couple of items thinking them, like when you post, go to the community page and you post like, could you please support the channel anyway financially, things of that nature. Maybe that was rubbing people the wrong way or something like that. That's fucking bullshit. Because there's motherfuckers out here right now, all on YouTube, begging, all on TikTok, begging. I saw something on TikTok where the girl was going, how could you, fucking she, oh fucking, just doing weird shit. And I went on the live, niggas is giving her galaxies and all kind of shit. If you think we're just on here for our health and to give you information, that's part of it. The second of it is every motherfucker on YouTube, if they're on YouTube for that purpose, is trying to grow whatever the channel is in their brand. If you're not doing that, what the fuck are you doing on here? What are you doing on here? This ain't 1982, 1979, where niggas is doing shit as a hobby. If you building model airplanes right now, you building them to sell them bitches. Because ain't shit getting cheaper. The government ain't trying to do nothing to help you. Period. I just tried to get online here and I'm using my phone's internet. And there's a bunch of people who are going to hear this and go, that's your motherfucking problem. You need to switch up and you need to do this and you need to do that in order to get your paper right. I'm gonna throw a couple people I know under the bus. I know some people, and I hate, if this person hears this, it's not that I'm trying to diss or anything, not even close. Bro is living really cool. I got a homeboy that has lived a charmed life. There's certain people that live charmed lives. I don't care what they do, even if it's some negative shit, nothing comes back on them and they just keep ascending. I do anything negative. I do anything that goes against morals or anything like that. That shit comes back on me every fucking time. Every single time. But then there's people out here who do good shit, take care of their folks and everything. But all of the stuff they do to get their paper ain't all legal and beautiful. And they just be winning like a motherfucker. Can do dirt, can do devilment, can have a job and be a great employee, but then in the back end, they stealing from the company and all kind of different shit. There's a bunch of people that I know like that just live charmed lives and nothing ever comes back on them karmically. For me, my life ain't like that. I would be lying if I said lived it straight and narrow all the time. There's situations where I had a choice to make whether to do this or do that in order to that part of it would be, being cool and giving something back that you might have found or something like that. The other part of it is you look at the shit and you see, oh shit. And you start to balance and weigh whether you should do this or not, weighing the pros and cons. You got to come into the realization that in this world, not everybody can do the same thing. In this world, not everybody can be a beautiful person physically and just walk through life, everybody just opening doors for you. Oh man, dude is handsome. Oh man, this girl is so fine. You just letting them, they ain't even smarter than you or nothing, but they're gonna get more. That's how this fucking world works. In my world, fleeting moments of happiness, meaning something will happen to make a small period of time tolerable, not even overwhelmingly enjoyable or super happy, tolerable. It's a get by for a few moments to actually think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance for me to actually be happy for more than a month or 2 weeks or 6 months. Actual happiness continue. There's no such thing as not having any problems. Get that through your head. There's no such thing as not having any problems. But there is a such thing as having more happiness versus the problems that you have. Mine is 20%, 80%. 20% things go well, 80% most of the time the bottom falls out. And the only thing that has saved me from falling to my death, if you want to call it like that, say your life is cool, but you standing on a trap door and you walking around in life not wanting to step on the trigger that'll open the trap door and you fall to your doom in a pit under the castle. That's how some people live their lives, while other people live their lives in exorbitant bliss for whatever reason. And just bullshit happens to them periodically where they go, damn, that's fucked up. And they deal with it for 10 minutes and they go back to their joyful lives. You know, people like that. And a lot of people would say, oh, you're on the outside looking in. You don't know what those people are going through problems wise. They just so smooth with it that it looks like they living great lives and they don't let you see them sweat. And that might be true too. But to wake up in the morning thinking you're going to have a certain amount of money in your bank account and then that money's not there because you every month you know when shit's supposed to be here and then it's not here and then all of a sudden your internet's not on. 400 speed internet that helps you do what you do. YouTube pays between the days in each month between the 21st and the 26th of each month. It is now the 24th of this month, have not received what I'm supposed to get from them, which is not much. It's not a whole lot. Like I said, what I'm making in regards to YouTube, it's it's minute and microscopic in comparison to other people on here. And yes, there are millions of people on YouTube, millions of people on YouTube, millions of people on YouTube. Some who just have a YouTube channel to scan YouTube, some who have a YouTube channel and they're trying to be somebody on YouTube. Like I said, you can go to other live streams right now and you'll see the difference. I'm not trying to just do this for my health. I just noticed a new TV station today. Because my internet is off, I can't stream my programming that I normally would watch. So I'm subject to watching TV over the antenna. Okay, I could deal with that for a day or two. The problem I have is the internet being off. I could deal with the program for the TV for a day or two. All right. Now I found this station called Dabble. I don't know if you guys know about it. DABL. It's called Dabble. Now, for those who may not know me and you're on this live stream for the first time, my ultimate goal is to turn Corner Store Television into an actual network like Dabble, Aspire, Me TV, Grit. There are so many small networks because of streaming. And also, they're becoming channels that are on regular TV. They're finding like TV channels 2.2. I didn't even know there were such things as channels like 2.2 or 3.4 and all these different shits like that. You can buy airspace. Corner Store TV one day will be an actual channel that you'll be able to stream, get off of a Spectrum internet. I mean, Spectrum cable or whatever. Cable's about to be gone, by the way. Any of these sources that show you entertainment, one day, Corner Store Television is going to be a station like that. That is my ultimate goal. You got to have these set. My ultimate goal was to have a channel. I got that. My ultimate goal is to get over 10,000 subscribers. I got that. So the goals are being reached. So you can't tell me that Corner, and I've already investigated through ChatGPT and other AI sources of how to create a television network. And from at the least, it only costs about $4,000. At the least. At the least. To be on what do they call that? Fuck, I know the name of it. I don't even like this type of channel. What is that fucking shit called? But anyway, you could get on Fire TV initially, or that other one, Yoku. You could get on Yoku TV. On being, you know what I'm saying? And that's an app. You could be an app installed on Fire TV or Yoku as a channel because there's plenty of apps out. There's plenty of channels. Pluto, all of that. And Pluto has become a thing now. I don't think you can see Pluto is more of a streaming service than they are a channel. It's more of its own, like, I could do that if I wanted to. But I want an actual network that you can come to, and Dabble. I was tripping off of Dabble today. This is my first time really seeing it. I've probably seen it before, but this is my first time ever really taking it seriously and sitting there and watching because their programming consists of of black shows, Living Single, reruns, Martin, Wayans Brothers, Girlfriends, produced by Kelsey Grammer. And if you ever watch Girlfriends and see Diana Ross's daughter and Golden Brooks and those other chicks, after watching that show, I see why Kelsey Grammer was involved. I'm sorry, Girlfriends was on for like maybe 3, 4 seasons. I'm glad it's gone. I couldn't stand the show. Now because it's 4 black women. Not at all. I think with the 4 black women on Living Single had me dying. That a Flavor Unit and Queen Latifah, I can get with that shit way more than I can get with Girlfriends, produced by Kelsey Grammer, who is a Trump supporter, and I'm sure he thought he was being very pro-black by producing that show and all these different things. Whoever wrote that show, whoever created that show, burn that motherfucking film because those women were neurotic as hell. Diana Ross's daughter, who was on that show, was probably the lead. I guess you can consider Joan, her character Joan, was the lead character on the show. I just couldn't stand the show. I was watching the episode on Dabble today before I got on live, and I had to turn it off. The way they think and the dialogue, I tried to stomach it when it was a show on UPN. I just couldn't do it because there's certain shit. Just because there are black people on the show, we supposed to like it. I would love to like it, but there was a show that the rapper Eve had. It was called Eve. Where she was so called. She owns a boutique with there's a white girl used to do the Pringles or Fritos commercial or whatever. She's Allie Landry is her name. She's on the show with the little chubby sister who passed away, actress who passed away, God rest her soul. Used to be on the Eve show. I'll watch that 100 times before I watch Girlfriends, it's just something about girlfriends. The writing, how they made those girls, I just couldn't stand them characters. I couldn't. Too neurotic, too up and down, especially the character played by Diana Ross's daughter, who played Joan on the show. And all of the rest of them was crazy. Light skinned girl, didn't have nowhere to live. I don't know. I just didn't dig that. And I'm only saying that to say that you can create a network and be able to buy those shows and have them on there. And it's going to happen for me. I'm saying all this to say I'm not on YouTube for my health. I'm here to build something. And I'm trying to put the content that I would be interested in. And people like my man on the live stream right now who said, speak it into existence, bro. These are the people that I want on my channel, listening to me go on about this country, this world, where we're headed, where we've been, what we need to do. These are all opinion. Every channel on TikTok, Instagram, I don't give a fuck. It's all opinion based. The only difference is a motherfucker like Michael B. Jordan could start a podcast today and he'd have over 1 million followers in a week. That's because of who he is and the shits he's achieved. Most of us that are doing content creation have an affinity for entertainment and want to do the same things, or have an affinity for news media or entertainment news, or have an affinity for sports. The thing that these other people like the Pivot podcast with all these ex NFL stars, or Matt Barnes and Stephen A. I mean, not Stephen A. Well, I guess it is Stephen A. No, what is it? Well, Stephen, the basketball players, the leg up that they have on people like me and people that nobody knows is nobody knows us. If I had the same cachet as even Razzcast. Razzcast is a rapper from here in Los Angeles. His sons are the ones who are in the group Costa Contra, and they blowing up. All I'm saying to you, a guy that even has Razzcast cachet can come up with a YouTube channel or a podcast that's going to do well because he has a name, no matter how slight it is in the hip hop community. People in the hip hop community know who he is and they understand how dope he is. And if they followed him or started watching his programming, other people will too because they have a name. Anything that I've built on YouTube has been grassroots. Nobody fucking knows me. There are a lot of people who probably pass my channel every day. Man, get this old nigga out of here. I had a motherfucker send me a comment on one of my rap shorts. They love talking shit about people who are trying to make it. He looked at my video and I was like this. You know how I be one of my videos, like listen to the beat and have that space like, he gonna say, you look constipated. Now don't think they don't bag or talk shit about stars too. But whenever they do that to the stars, the people in the comments eat them motherfuckers alive who like that person. We as nobodies, and I am a somebody, but we as nobodies, as far as the world could say, start up something and end up with 40 some thousand odd subscribers. That shit should be applauded. We have no backup. I still have to look for a regular job, which I'm doing even more now because financially a nigga's not making it. Not on YouTube, not on TikTok, not on Instagram. I got a merch store that ain't made one sale on YouTube for whatever reason. The merch is cool. I went on other people's channels to see their merch. They shit whack as fuck. And they people buying that shit. There's a channel called The Young Turks, a political channel with Jake Uger and all these different motherfuckers. People be on their ass. They ask for money. Please give to TYT. Please give to TYT. Please give to TYT. Motherfuckers give to TYT in droves. You go to Willie D podcast, money. You know why? Motherfuckers know when you're desperate. They know when you need something. And when they see your desperation, it turns them off. People don't want you to be desperate. They want you to get motherfuckers want to give you money when you have money. Go figure. I have no fucking clue why that is. If you notice, when you're rich, everybody want to give you something. You get to go to free parties. You get to come to clubs free. You get to invited to all these different places. Rich people be balling so fucking much that they turn down shit. Concert, I don't want to go to that. Get those tickets or something. You get those tickets to a normal motherfucker, they be like, oh. You know why? Because they don't get to do shit. They can't afford that shit. Rich people can turn down dinners. Rich people can turn down events. And just rich people be having, like my boss years ago I used to work for. This nigga had Dodger tickets. Or matter of fact, he didn't even have Dodger tickets. He was the Dodgers were a client of his. I forget what we was selling. He used to get tickets all the time from the Dodgers. I ain't going this weekend. Anybody want these tickets? Sometimes they would do shit like whoever was the best employee, whoever kissed, really it was whoever kissed ass the best at that job. I'm not a brown noser, so of course I wasn't going to many of them events at all. They would get those tickets away, and and that create not only does that creates division in the workplace too. It does. It creates division in the workplace because now you got all these brown nosers that would snitch on you, or they was too long for break, and they was out there smoking and doing this, that, and the third, just for them to probably get some Dodger tickets or Laker tickets. So, what would make you think that they don't play favorites like this on YouTube? What will make you think YouTube don't play favorites like this in regards to other content creators? What would you ask yourself? I have a channel where I'm speaking on real Black history. What would be the easiest thing for a company that is owned by people who don't look like us when I'm speaking about all the atrocities and things that have been stolen away from us? What would be the easiest thing for them to do? It's to stop your momentum. It's easy when you run the place. They want me sitting up here like these fuckers on Fresh and Fit talking about Black women, calling people. Now, this nigga Myron, he's looked like a fucking Black dude, but he talking about niggas this and niggas that. I don't be acting like these niggas, these Black niggas and niggas. That's what they really want. Yeah, he got demonetized on YouTube when he took it too far. YouTube should have been demonetized, Fresh and Fit. What do you think I'm gonna do if I made millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars like the Fresh and Fit niggas? You know I'm gonna help people with that money as well as myself. You know I'm gonna be living a better life. You know I'm gonna buy a home and invest the money. You know I'm gonna take some of the money and invest it in people who are downtrodden, who would at least like to be where I was, living in an apartment like this, which is a small, basically a small mini house in the San Fernando Valley with a gardens and somebody who ain't had nowhere to stay. Do you think they want to stay where I live right now? You motherfucking right they would. Yes, they want to stay where I live. I'm ready to ascend from where I live now to the next level. We call that pulling motherfuckers up. Do you think somebody like the executives at YouTube or TikTok, especially since TikTok been bought out by a Trump supporter, do you want them to actually have Black creators on TikTok making it and therefore getting their lives even better positioned and investing in other things so they can make more money and make their channels better and grow and become something? They don't want that shit. Now, why would another TikToker want that? The only people I give a fuck about is people like in my chat is Bajan Pharaoh, aka Sin, or the other homie Marcus Banks, or Southern Girl, and all these people who have become not only subscribers to my channel but members to my fucking channel because they want to see me do well and don't even fucking know me for real. That's what the kind of stuff I want. These are the people I would love to see. Do you think Southern Girl, who is a subscriber of mine and has been a tried true person, lives in the Bronx, New York, and she loves where she lives? She says she loves the area. She loves the people. Everybody knows the Bronx has a history. I've never been to her hometown or where I'm not her hometown, but where she lives. I've just heard about the Bronx, just like the movie Fort Apache of the Bronx about the New York police station that was in the Bronx that was getting shot at and cops was getting killed. So you because you hear all that, you think you know the Bronx. When in actuality, you go there, it might be totally different from the picture they painted. But do you think I don't want to get a bunch of money to go to New York, meet her for the first time, see where she lives, and she might be doing great. But I love to bless her with a condo in Manhattan overlooking the fucking Central Park. Even though that'd probably be hard as hell to do since condos in New York be $1 million and shit. All I'm saying to you is I want to bless some people with my notoriety, fame, and the growth of all of my stuff. I want to bless some people on the real. And I'm not telling you this so you can become a member. I'm not telling you this so you could just turn around and start sending me a ton of bread and all that. That stuff gonna come when God says it's gonna come. And I pray every day for my success, my health, my family's health, my friends' health, and most definitely people who I don't know, especially people who have the decency to become members to this channel, befriend me without even knowing me, and going off the basis of what I say when they do see me online. That is a blessing. Hands fucking down. Now, after that opening, because the motherfucking internet ain't even on, and by the grace of God, my cell phone is good to go, so I can be online right now. Thank y'all for being here. Let's get into the bottom barrel of what this show's all about today. You're going to hear some stuff that you ain't happy about because I sure the fuck ain't happy about it. One of them is I didn't get my deposit today, so I can't start paying some bills, start taking care of some stuff. I'm supposed to be recording an EP this week. I have to reach out to the engineer and the studio where I'm supposed to be going to tell them I'm not sure I'll be able to work with them tomorrow, and maybe we need to reschedule. So all of this is fucking me up. Shout out to the homeboy Marcus Banks, aka better known as Demetrius in Pennsylvania, who sent me some bread the other day, not through YouTube, but straight to my phone to help me in regards to recording my EP. God bless you, bro. Some of that money, I'm sorry to say, had to be used for other things, but it also took care of some things that I was going to have to take care of when I got actually paid by the sources of income that I have. So that money has been utilized already. And all I want to do is throw it out there how much I appreciated you. I actually even mentioned that to the person who sent me the bread that I used it for other things. He said, I don't give a fuck what you use it for. I sent it to you because I got love for you. I see what you're doing and keep rocking. So, I mean, when you hear that, what the fuck else you going to say other than that's God's will, period. Okay. I'm gonna stop belly aching about all my fucking problems and talk about all the problems upon problems. Because there are
Obama did it better.
problems on problems. Matter of fact, what was that finna be right there?
Obama did it better. The new talking point from MAGA is, well, Obama dropped bombs too. Yeah, he did. And he did it better. Obama was able to use surgical strikes and limited military operations to take out targets and not start a war. How about that shit? He did it better. In fact, most of the things that the Trumpies like about Trump, Obama did better. We'll go with unemployment. Obama did better. Economy. Obama did better. Deportations. Obama did better. He was able to deport way more people than Donald Trump, and he's able to do it on 1/10 of the freaking budget. Yeah? And without sending fucking goon squads into American cities. Obama did it better. Obama was able to get across a healthcare bill. Trump can't. Obama did it better. Obama was able to get tax cuts for the low and middle class. Trump for the upper class, for the rich. Obama did it better. So trying to say that Obama did it too on any subject just shows the failure of Trump and the failure of his people to recognize that everything that Trump said Obama did it fucking better.
Better.
They just don't like that a black man did it better than a white man.
Yeah.
And one last point, let's not forget that Obama was able to get Iran to enter into a non-proliferation treaty for nukes. Trump couldn't do it, so Obama did it better.
You know what's so sad about that sound I just played? That was I forget. I'm not gonna say bro's name, but it's a black content creator who put the video up of a white guy, looked like one of them ZZ Top white guys with the long beard and a hat on. He's obviously an ex-Trump supporter. As a matter of fact, that's what the caption said. Ex-Trump supporter tells the truth about Donald Trump. Donald Trump only became president. And if you don't believe me, go back to Barack Obama's last 4 years in office. He was just about to leave, and they had that correspondence dinner, the journalism correspondence dinner every year in New York, where a bunch of comedians and media people and even politicians go up there and make jokes. And they just all they doing is making fun of people. You're supposed to have thin skin, I mean thick skin, and not take this shit personally. It's let's just say you go to a correspondence dinner and they're honoring you. Let's just say that. But all of a sudden, as they're, talking about you, these different people coming up talking about, and that's what usually happens. It's almost like a roast when you're being honored. All these different people come up and make speeches saying how cool you are, but also talking shit about you at the same time to make the audience laugh. And you're supposed to laugh at yourself. Even if the dude up there don't like you and he's saying these jokes because he really feels that way, who gives a fuck? You're being honored that night. No matter what this dude is trying to do, you're there to be honored. So the same thing could be said about Barack Obama, who I don't think has any animosity toward Trump, but Trump sure did after this man. You can go back and look it up. Look it up. Google Barack Obama making fun of Donald Trump at the correspondence dinner, his last term in office. And that night, they said that Donald Trump was fucking fuming. He was so mad he couldn't contain himself. You could see it at the dinner. When people are being talked about at that dinner, they would throw the camera on them. And then 9 times out of 10, they're doing some kind of chuckling or something. But this is how Donald Trump was when Barack Obama was going in on his ass. That's the face he was making. That nigga was pissed. Because see, Donald Trump, regardless of what you might think, is a narcissist. Narcissists do not like being talked about. Now, some of my friends, and I use that word very loosely, friends, I should say associates or people that I've known. And I can say that even though, you know, one particular person who was letting me live, in a spot at this particular time, which pretty much saved my ass because I would have been out in the elements. I'll give them that. And I always have. That's the reason why I was always so supportive of that person, helping them do anything. Now, you talking about a house full of fucking gang members I stayed with. This was in my 40s when I was doing bad, trying to get my foothold on. I got 2 kids. I got to help well, 3. 2 kids here and one way in DC, basically, that I got to come up with money for every month, basically being homeless and help out with them. And I'm staying over some dude house that he got motherfuckers running in and out, gangbangers, all kind of fucking dope, everything. Now, if a motherfucker, one of them was to talk to you, they be like, that nigga ain't got thick skin. He be tripping when niggas try to bag. I know when a motherfucker trying to put me down and it ain't no joke. You know when it's a joke and you can laugh at yourself with them. This nigga Dex was at the such and such, man. He trying to holler at this girl. You could tell when it's some shit like, yeah, I was fucked up that day. You laughing with him. Yeah, nigga, hair Dex. I was like, yeah, man, I needed a cut then. You can know, but you can also tell when somebody is joking on you, trying to nip at your character and take you out your own swag or take you out. Oh, this nigga in his feelings. And that's what you wanted. As soon as a motherfucker say some shit like that, you know that's what you. Why are you still talking about me? I know for a fact there's some bitch ass niggas out there in the world to where if niggas was talking about something and then something was brought up about you and they bagged on you, like, all right, man, whatever. And we change the subject, and then it comes back around to me again on this new subject, and it's the same person. You know the nigga got problems with you. He's trying to fuck. First off, half the motherfuckers who's ever said anything about me, they was. I knew a nigga. He had the nerve to try to say something about me. Nigga, you sleep on stairwells in apartment buildings all around this motherfucking neighborhood. You don't even have a place to live. I came over to some. It was two white guys that moved into this neighborhood, which primarily is a black neighborhood, but they was from the South. One of them was from Houston. One of them supposedly from Alabama or something. And they was homies, and so they was like the new young white niggas on the block. I know that sound retarded, but motherfuckers started going over to their pad all the time. Half of the dudes black that used to go to their crib was looking to do something dirty to these niggas, steal from them, try to fuck white chicks that they knew. I swear to God, it sounds stupid, but that's just how motherfuckers think. So I remember coming to see the homie who was over there, and these other niggas was over there, and they supposed to be cool with me. I come up, these niggas like, oh, what this nigga coming for, man? This nigga lonely, he ain't got no friends. Trying to bag. I'm like, what are you talking about? Nigga, you ain't got nowhere to live. And fuck you, man. Niggas get mad, one fight. What? Nigga, what's up? I beat your ass, you ain't got nowhere to go clean the blood up, nigga. What are you talking about? Get your whole ass out of here. It's a gang of fake ass motherfuckers in this world. And just because they your same skin color don't mean they give a fuck about you. They can give a fuck. Everybody, especially in this city, in this state, California is ain't nothing but a bunch of selfish motherfuckers out here. Selfish as fuck. This town is tough to live in. The tax is high. Rent is high. Everything high. DMV on my ass for them fucking tags. $400. How you charging me $400 for tags for registration of this? Who makes that decision? Who decides that? This is the reason why I don't have a whole bunch of friends. Whole bunch of niggas calling me talking about let's motherfuckers will call you to go out just so you could be that nigga that ain't wearing the best clothes or don't have a pocket full of bread. Just to to I have went out and I told motherfuckers, man, I only got like 200 on me. They'll go someplace where the drinks is $60. Man, why would we go? Why you want to go here? Oh man, if you can't hang, man, you shouldn't have came out. Oh, okay. Bet. That's so you knew that's where y'all motherfuckers go. I told you what budget I was on, my nigga. Y'all niggas talking about, oh man, we just going to do. Go down to LA Live and there's a fucking restaurant where the fucking entrees is $40. You know what I'm saying? Or the appetizers, I'm sorry. The appetizers is $40. And the fucking entree, the main course, that shit like 150. Nigga, I won't have no bread at the end of the night. This is what it used to be like. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you the truth. I just know how motherfuckers work. I had a homeboy came to my crib in Baldwin Hills back in the day talking about Yeezys. This nigga used to drive from Highland, California, all the way to Manchester Boulevard to LA. Now, if you don't know California, Highland is in the fucking high desert, about 70, 80 miles away. And not only did the dude live with his girl, he was borrowing her bucket to drive all the way from there to LA to a job where he was watching homeless people or people with mental disorders basically playing a video game all day. That's what his job was. This same nigga comes to my crib with nowhere to live, but they'll tell you they got somewhere to live because they staying with a female. Nigga, I got somewhere to live. Nigga, you living off somebody. You ain't got nowhere to live. All that bitch got to do is wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you homeless again. You know what I'm saying? Trying to act higher than thou. This nigga's not saving no money to get him a single apartment in LA and try to grow. That nigga trying to take his money and buy some Yeezys. We got into an argument talking about, man, I got to give me a pair of them Yeezys, man. Them motherfuckers $3,000. I looked at this nigga, I said, what? Or 1,500, one of the two. Way outlandish ass price for some fucking tennis shoes from Kanye West. I don't give a fuck if they are Nikes. That just shows you where motherfuckers' mentality is. So I'm like, bro, why don't you just You can look fly as fucking a pair of fucking Air Force Ones, all white. You can wear anything with those, and wherever you go, motherfuckers are like, oh, them motherfuckers cold. They Air Force Ones. That's all they are. They're nothing but white Air Force Ones or black Air Force Ones or camouflage. That's but you know they're like $80, $100, if that. This nigga talking about getting some Yeezys because in his mind, and this is a 30-year-old dude. This is one no little kid. In his mind, having those make you look or motherfucker see those. Oh, them Yeezys. Oh man, that shit is gonna last 10 minutes. I don't give a fuck if wherever you go, if 40 niggas see you with those Yeezys, right? Like 40 bitches see you with those Yeezys. They like you because you got those Yeezys on. They give you their number because they got those. They're gonna find out who you really are, nigga. What are you talking about? You can have on a pair of $10,000 Yeezys, but if you ain't got nowhere to live, no prospects, you gonna get found the fuck out. That's the California way of thinking. That's the California way of thinking. Look like you about some shit, but really you ain't got no substance whatsoever. You could be out there in a pair of Skechers in a fucking Benz truck. They not gonna give two fuck. You step out that fucking Benz Jeep, fresh, clean, in some fresh ass Skechers, slip-ons, and in a real nice essentials short set, no socks, with a nice chain, nothing real gaudy, nice watch. You gonna get the attention you need because people gonna see that vehicle. They gonna see the guy get out of it, haircut all the time, manicured, and a bitch gonna give you a shot on GP. The difference between that nigga's idealism is when that chick goes out with you and fuck around because you smart enough and got enough bread that you don't even come in the Jeep truck. You come in another whip. She like, damn, this nigga got another car. I tell you, when I met you using the Jeep truck, oh, I got this too. She gonna be like, nigga. Now, if she's gonna get found out too if she's only with you for the bread. But at least this chick is gonna know that you ain't got no $1,500 Yeezys on. How you doing, big dog? What's going on? You ain't got no $1,500 Yeezys on and driving a fucking Dodge Colt. You really about something. You really got some fucking a couple houses. You really own a couple buildings that people leasing offices in. That's what it's really all about. This dumb motherfucker tells me, oh, you tripping. 1,500, you tripping. And then they always use the same line. Oh, you don't think buying some Yeezys is tight because you an old nigga. I said, if that's what you want to think, man, think that. In actuality, that's actually a compliment. Because a compliment of you saying that I wouldn't spend $1,500 on a pair of shoes is a good thing. I'd rather take that $1,500 and invest it in something that can make me another $1,500. So fuck some Yeezy tennis shoes. You buy those Yeezys, you get them in the box, you get them at the crib, you admire them. Ooh, these motherfuckers. The first time you put the motherfucking shoes on, you're going to scuff them. And you know what really would piss you off about this so-called status of buying some Yeezys? If you get your money right, you could fly over to China yourself, dumb fuck, and find the actual dude who makes those fucking Yeezys and buy you a pair for $100, maybe cheaper. Guess what? Same shoe. I know a nigga downtown right now that sells replicas because you can't call them what they are. They are the same shoe. He had the Nike. He had the Nike. What are those? The Yeezys. They were red. They had these Yeezys that was like what was it like 3,000 or something like that. That was red Octobers or some bullshit like that. And they were supposed to be like, oh man, if you had these niggas would buy the fuck out of these. This nigga went and hit up a Chinese manufacturer who makes tennis shoes for Nike and all these other companies, and they made him replicas. Guess how much each pair of the shoes won that he was reselling to people? 60 fucking dollars. Shout out to Tony TV, the nigga I used to have my podcast on before I started my own channel over 3 some odd years ago. He showed me the box. Big ass box came to this nigga's loft downtown. He popped it open, started pulling out Jordans. Just the rarest Jordans you could think of, 25s. Oh, I'm looking at these. I'm like, where you get these, nigga? Yeah, man, I'll be selling these, nigga. I got this shit on I got this shit on shoe. What's the fucking? It's a bunch of shoe apps that you could take pictures of the shit you have and put it on the app and tell them how much. Not only that, he doesn't lie to any of those people when they come buy the shoes. He does not lie to them. When they come, he shows them exactly. They have everything that the normal shoe would have. There's no flaws. There are no flaws. I was tripping. $60 pair of shoes he sold for 2,000 and 3,000% markup. If you bought a pair of tennis shoes from China that was Jordans, the actual same way that they are made from the manufacturer in China, and then you put a picture up and you say these are replicas. They are the exact same thing as the shoe, but I'm selling them to you for cheaper. If you bought them over here, they're 1,500. I'm selling them for 500. Would you buy them? I'm asking the people in the chat. Would you buy them? I mean, perfect. Not no fucking Louis bag. You know how Louis Vuitton and all these different companies put certain things inside of their purses to make them exclusive from fake shit. You know what I'm saying? The stitching, double stick, whatever it is they do. He's getting it from the people who make it for fucking Nike, who make it for Jordan, who make it for fucking Diodora. That he was getting from the manufacturer. Because you know they making tons of those shoes over there. They only want so many units to be shipped to Nike in Oregon for Nike to ship them out to stores. So if you can get with the manufacturer who makes that shit in China and they'll sell you a pair of each one of them for $60 and you can resell them, why wouldn't you do that? That's what he was doing. But the thing is, you can't say that those are the real shoes. If you do that, that's fraud. They can get you for that. But if you say there's a replicas and when the dude comes to see the shoes, you show him the real, and the thing about it, there's no such thing as real. This one is real because it was bought here in the States for the regular price. This one is the same shoe. I define you to tell me which one is which. And he used to do that for them. And the people come in, man, I can't see no difference. I'll pay it for 500 for these. Or they'll haggle with him. You tell me this. If you bought a bunch of fucking converted shoes like that you know look exactly the same as the shit that's out there, that's for thousands of dollars. And you say, okay, I got the Yeezy Red Octobers that are normally $3,000. I got them for 1,500. And the dude comes, these are replicas. And the nigga lowballed you and say, all right, man, they replicas though, bro. Damn, I mean, I'll give you 700. I'll fuck with you here, nigga. I hit the homie in the thing said I don't buy Jordans, never owned a pair for real, but I would buy them for that price. Duh. Tony TV down. I mean, I don't talk to Tony no more. I don't even know if he still got a channel, to be real with you. I think he changed the name of it. He tried to switch up. Dude tried to act all funny toward me. That's another. I don't give a fuck, man. In LA, niggas will, when you come here, you're going to be weird. You're going to be weird toward people. You're going to act funny. I think half of the shit with him, and he seemed like a cool nigga when I met him. Trying to talk weird and slick. Not gonna fly, bro. I don't know if you know who I am. I love to laugh. I like to joke. So niggas be trying to take my kindness with weakness till they find out it ain't really what you think. I come with laughter and giggles and laugh because I want you to not to try to take advantage of you, but I want you to let your guard down. I come in peace. But there is a dark side. Now I come off, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh yeah, I got a channel. And trying to be gangster, motherfuckers gonna have a fucking guard up. They're gonna be like, oh, this nigga seems like he might try to rob me or something. This nigga actually tried to act like that toward me when we start having. Yeah, I'm like, bro, why you talking to me like that? What? You know what I'm saying? I started having issues with dude. And I was like, yo, I'm bringing my homeboy with me, not because we was trying to jump him. It's because the homeboy was going to be on the show. This nigga thinking I'm bringing somebody so we could beat him up or try to rob him. So he going to have niggas be there when we there. That I mean, normally it'd just be me, him, and even if I had somebody come, he would be cool with it. This motherfucker going to have some white boy there sounding like he's Italian, like he's some kind of mobster. They was in jail together or something. At least that's the way they tried to play it. I'm like, these niggas is everybody is crazy, bro. If me and this nigga wanted to, we beat the fuck out of y'all in this house. But it wasn't even like that. Not even close. You ain't patting me down when I walk in here. You two niggas could be really dead up in this bitch. Wasn't even remotely like that. But that's what scary niggas do when they assume they can say shit to you and then you call them on it. You be like, oh, don't talk to me like that, my nigga. You got me fucked up. I know I'm recording at your house and all that, nigga. You the one asking for niggas that do YouTube. You asking if you ever wanted, because that was the ad was. That's what really got me started in the YouTube space. I'm doing acting and stand up and the shit. It takes time for that to even pop off for anybody. Because everybody all of a sudden want to be a comic. Everybody in LA want to be an actor. The most dustiest motherfuckers want to be actors. I done been on set with some dusty ass niggas. Like, damn, you trying to act? You smell like pee pee. Now I ain't not lying to you. I'm on the set with some extras that actually smell like urine. Where do you live, nigga? Where you smell like piss? And this was a lady. They had me in one set. I was in a small budgeted film. It's a horror film that's out right now called Mama Bear. You could go find it. I'm in a few scenes in that called Mama Bear about this dude, some evil spirit coming at the homie. Hell, at the premiere, which was at goddamn. There's a couple of clubs right next door to each other on Wilshire going towards Santa Monica in West LA. Um, I forget the name of that goddamn. Anyway, I was the MC. He paid me $150 to be the MC. And also, yeah, I told a few jokes. He even told me he had $60 for another homie if I knew another comedian that could do a set, a little 5-10 minute set. I told my homeboy T6, who I met doing comedy at what's the name of the comedy club in Hollywood, North Hollywood? Not the Laugh. I almost said the Laugh Factory. That's a lie. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I did a set there and I met him. I was like, "You funny?" He was like, "You funny?" And we exchanged numbers. I be at the Comedy Chateau down the street. Blah blah blah. So we kept in contact, and I hit dude up and I said, "Yo, man, this dude, I'm doing this premiere for a movie that I was in, and they looking for a comic at $60." The homie came there to do the shit. It was a nice little crowd for the guy, probably about 70, 80 people there. It was a nice bar. I brought my lady when we was going together. And homeboy didn't even want the money. He was like, yo, man, I wasn't even really that funny, man. I could kind of tell he wasn't feeling me. I'm like, nah, man, you was cool. Now you was funnier than me, man. You might as well just keep that bread. I told the dude, he left after he did his set. And I told bro, where's your friend? I'm paying him his money. I was like, that nigga left. He was like, he felt like he didn't do a good job. He's like, what? He's like, I want to pay him. And I was like, I'll call him and see if I can get his cash app. I called him. He's like, nah, man, you cool. You keep that or whatever. And I told him, I said, shit, I need that. You give me that. He said he don't want it. So he gave me the money, which was great. You know what I'm saying? So in addition to what he paid me, I got that money too, which is a blessing. because homie felt like he didn't do a good job. At least that's what he told me. But I'm just saying, man, it's a lot of living in California. It's tough to achieve anything like what I'm doing right here. It's tough to achieve that. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I had a whole nother show that I wanted to talk about. I had a lot of sound on Donald Trump, but seeing that all of this stuff happened today, I wake up in the morning thinking at 9 o'clock, which is normally my post, my deposits show up, nothing. Uh, the 21st between the 26th is when they pay you on YouTube, nothing. Money sitting right there, and it's less than 150 bucks. That's all I made this month. And yeah, that ain't none of your business, but why not tell y'all just to let y'all know that this shit is not easy. It's not. Y'all know how much I be online. Y'all know how much I do live streams. Y'all know how much shorts I drop. I need people to watch the shit out of this channel. So the analytics of YouTube will say, yeah, we got to go ahead with him. You know what I'm saying? And get him to the threshold of becoming a contributor. There's two levels. It's YouTube partner, and then there's YouTube contributor. As a partner, they give you not advancement. They give you the opportunity to sell memberships to your channel, which I didn't realize that you have to as a member, you have to re-up every month. I didn't know that. And that's the reason why I only got 8. Now the thing that bothers me is other motherfuckers be on these other channels and they re-up every month. So you really need something for me to entertain you in order for you to re-up every month. Oh man, I can't wait to pay this $2 and be a level 1 member so I can see his shit. So I understand why people will want to be feeling like they want content from people, especially if they're gonna pay you $2 a month or $3 a month to be a member to your channel. I get why I only have 8-9 members with 40,000 subscribers, because being a subscriber don't cost nothing. You just hit the button, you just hit subscribe. And now every now and then you'll see something from that channel. But I understand. I didn't know that you had to I thought it was a one-time fee. You got to re-up. And also they give you the advancement of getting super chats. Shout out to the homeboy Marcus Banks in the live chat. He's been the most consistent helper in that way. He keeps the lion's share of the money I'll be getting from YouTube this month is because of bro. And not to take away anything from anybody else, because you could buy a sticker for 50 cents or 20 cents or how much of those stickers cost on here and put it in a live chat, and it all goes to the ultimate goal as well. But those are few and far between than a guy saying, here's 20 bucks. Here's $10. Here's a $2 super chat. That goes a long way versus buying a sticker, which is great too, or becoming a member for that matter. So I have to applaud. I gotta applaud people like my man 50 Grand, Marcus Banks. I gotta give him his props, man. You know what I'm saying? Because bro is a hardworking dude. He got his shit going where he at. He got his bills to pay. He got his lion's share of problems and shit he deal with. Mental, maybe physical. We have no idea. Ain't none of our business. But I'm sure he's got a set of whatever going on. What hopefully it's 80% good, 20% bad. Mine is 20% good, 80% bad. There ain't a day I wake up going, damn, damn, damn. But I also say thank you, thank you, thank you. It's half and half with me. You wake up to your internet not working, getting constant bills calls from fucking Spectrum. Oh, you gotta pay car note people. You gotta pay fucking who else? All kind of motherfuckers. That's all they care about is the money. Now ask yourself, why do people take the chances that they do? You see the videos of them all the time embezzling. They just had a video. Hold on, let me see if I got one on here. I hope I do, because I don't want to be talking out of my ass.
This might make some people.
Hold on. Let me see. Let's start with this. Just listen to this. Sit back and relax. I'm never gonna not put something on here that you ain't gonna go, damn. Check this shit out. This ain't necessarily on somebody stealing. I'll talk about it in a minute. Oh, I'll talk about it now before I start this shit. They just had a video where a lady, well, I'll talk about this first. Can I have that? Damn it, I didn't save it. Well, I don't know if it was Microsoft or somebody offered these white people who own some land. I don't know how much land it is. It's obviously a large portion. Excuse me. It's obviously a large portion of land because they were offered $26 million for their land. So it must be a lot of acres. Them people turn down the acres. They got cattle on their land. They grow their own food. And what they're saying is that ain't enough money for their land. I don't know how many acres it was. I just saw that video this morning before I went live. And I was saying in the comments, I'm like, yeah, sell it. I don't even remember what state it was in. I don't know how lush the land is. I don't know how good the soil is to grow crops or the grass is for livestock. I don't know any of that. All I heard was 26 million. They obviously must have their reasons because they were talking about generational. They've been in this land for this generations and how 100 years and my great grandfather and bought this land and what is the land actually worth? If it's worth 100 million, I get it. What is the land worth actually per acre? If they are paying you more than it's worth, why wouldn't you go take that 26 now? They must have a big family because I'm gonna tell you right now, $26 million only goes so far. That's a lot of money. And if they take the money, it's going to be taxed. It's not like it's non-taxed. They're going to be taxed. So they're not going to get the full 26. But I'm still saying to myself, let's just say they tax 6 million of it and you get a 20 piece. What's stopping you from going to buy some other land somewhere? Let's just say the state that you live in, the land for some reason is just amazing, beautiful, fertile, all that. Say it's in Ohio, say it's in Alabama, Kentucky, whatever. What's stopping you from going to one of the cheapest, especially since you're white? What's stopping you from going to Mississippi and buying up over 10,000 acres for probably less than $3-4 million? Is it because you're not from that state? Is it because you feel like Mississippi's such a poor stank state that you wouldn't be able to feel good down there? Is it because of the weather? Whatever reason. $26 million ain't worth selling your land. And a lot of people in the comments was like, land is more important than money. And that is the God honest truth. I'll be lying as fuck if I didn't say that. This is the reason why I'm saying you couldn't take that 26 and invest it to where you basically own 2 or 3 other states. If I got $26 million right now, me, and they took 8-9 million of it, if I moved to Mississippi, I'd be one of the richest motherfuckers in Mississippi. And yeah, I'm black. I wish a motherfucker would. Police, this Afro man who live in Ohio had all these damn white people, these white cops, on a suspicion that he had torture chambers. What kind of shit is that? Niggas don't torture nobody. Just because some white bitch, some white heroin addict, then went up there and made all these false accusations, they go to some corrupt judge who they have no evidence that any of this is going on at this man's house. He signs off on a bullshit. And that just show you how these small magistrates and these small communities, that's where the real fucking crime happens, in these small jurisdictions with these corrupt ass police forces that they have. Every one of those cops was fat fucks. And they probably hang out in the cafe laughing, talking about who they beat up that day, what nigger they put in jail that day, how many stops they made. I fucking hate blacks, this, that, and the third, while feeding they fucking pay faces. Every one of them cops that was in that courtroom ain't nothing but a fucking bunch of derelict ass, used to get their ass whooped at their high school, hating black people because they used to get called all kind of stupid ass. Black people been getting they get back for slavery for years by abusing white kids coming up through the school system. We know it. Any white kid that lived in the jurisdiction of Crenshaw High School in Los Angeles that went to Crenshaw, because when I was there in the 80s, it was all black, a few Mexicans, and 2 or 3 whites. If you was a white person that lived in the hood that went to that school, you had 2 things. You either was terrified or you had thick skin and you was ready to fight a nigga because you grew up like a nigga. That's the only 2 choices you had. Because you was finna get fucked with if you was had blonde hair and blue eyes at an all-black school. Black people been getting their get back on whites for years, and certain white people who've been getting their asses whooped at Fairfax High, Westchester High, Granada Hills High, all these different places, they become police officers, and they get their get back. Yeah. So you can't tell me them cops that broke into this man's house, broke his gate, kicked his door down, went through his house, ate his mother's pound cake, and stole his money and counted it in his house. So none of the things that you guys came there on the warrant for was in there. Why steal his money? Why? Because you're fucking pieces of fat, bacon grease, bitch ass motherfuckers. White, the ugly, ghoulish faced white cop lady sitting up there crying because he was caught in the videos and songs he made, which they were suing him about. The man, all he did was make music about the incidents and how you cut his camera wires so that he wouldn't have no evidence against y'all illegally breaking and entering his crib. I don't care if you did get a fake ass piece of shit racist judge to sign off that warrant. There was no fucking probable cause to check that man's house out while he wasn't there. Why you didn't do it when he was home? You know why you didn't do it? Because you was scared there was gonna be a bunch of niggas in there with AKs that was gonna carve you motherfuckers in half. And you have the nerve to try to sue him for defamation for over $20 million. The shit got through. For him having to actually wear that stupid ass flag suit and go in there and defend himself from you pieces of garbage is a travesty to the legal system of the United States of America. This place is a piece of shit. California, piece of shit. I should never have had to fight my way through school against my own people. All niggas has ever wanted is to feel like they somebody. Gangbangers, doctors, anybody, any nigga who's about anything and any nigga who's not about anything want to feel important. That's the reason why you have niggas that's in gangs. Because they ain't feeling important even in their own house. But if you leave that, well, that's why a lot of parents lose their kids to these fucking streets because they're not getting no love or respect at home. They're not getting nobody giving a fuck about if they go into an art class. I love my mama. She brought me into this world, but she was so busy trying to take care of us. She used to brush aside all kind of shit that nigga was trying to do. I took 3rd place in the art class. She bitched about having to go to the motherfucker, to the banquet. I got to work tomorrow. My graduation from Crenshaw High. My graduation from Crenshaw High. I graduated in 1984, and we was in the middle of the football field. They set the stage up out there. And you know graduation is around June. So it was already getting hot out there. My mother bitched about how hot it was. And she left me, didn't take me to no brunch, no lunch, no nothing, and went to work. She couldn't even take off a day of work I caught the bus home from my high school graduation to a house full of dirty dishes. I remember changing out of my clothes, putting on my regular clothes, washing the dishes, not turning on no TV or nothing, and sitting in my room going, damn, this is it. I remember the look on my face when there was a girl who graduated. She came to the parking lot to a brand new car with a big bow on it at Crenshaw High. My homeboy and them, hey man, we about to go to Red Lobster, nigga. Where you going? My mom didn't take me, my uncle didn't take me to Red Lobster. I'm like, man, I'm about to go to the crib. Where your mom at? Oh, she already gone, man. Damn, she left. The only person gonna celebrate you is you. This country is God forsaken. They can talk about God all they want. All these motherfuckers have a special place in hell using God as a launching pad for their bullshit. All of these motherfuckers have a special place in hell that are using God as a precursor or a launching pad to serve you up a bunch of their bullshit. Pastors, politicians, pundits, business people, family members, shut the fuck up when it comes to God. Half of you motherfuckers are naysayers. Half of you motherfuckers, if I come to you as a child and was like, I want to be an actor. What actor? You ain't gonna be no actor. You better go to school. You better go to the military. You better get a job. You better this. You better that. The fuck you trying to do that for? Da da da. Just naysaying every fucking thing to where you don't know your ass from your elbow. You know why? These are the people you've grown up with. These are the people who so-called love you. This is the advice they give you, calling you stupid, pipe dreams. You better invest in something solid. You better invest in something solid. And these are people who would never ever dare to go out on a limb and try to do something that they really truly wanted to do because of fear of failure. So they'll project their failures and their fears on to you. That happened to my daughter. She's sitting over there with her mama right now, was going to college, was doing halfway decent, and got scared off. Now she's sitting up in that fucking room all day, every fucking day, terrified. She might not admit it, but she's scared. She don't know what she want to do. This world is scaring her. The economics scare her. The driving scares her. The people scares her. That's why she hides in that house all fucking day. Her depression is immense. It's like a fucking big ass boulder on her. Her body language everywhere we go is super tired all the time. She's just so tired. You're home all day. What are you fucking talking about? This is the same person that had the most extraordinary energy as a child. Such a giving person, loving person. People saw that in my child and they took advantage of it, ridiculed, talked shit about her, and beat her down to where she is today. She won't admit that. Instead, she projects on to me that she mad at me because what I supposedly didn't do. Motherfucker, I didn't even stay with y'all. What are you talking about? I tried to be at every event that you had and celebrate you. What they'll do is they'll make you the reason why they're not happy instead of looking in here and facing the fears and facing your fucking facing your aggravation. Everybody needs a scapegoat. I do the same thing with my mom. let's just say everything I said about my mother is true. So you got to get over it. It's hard to get over it psychologically, though. I'm living through it. To this day, I'm still being affected by those things. So I know if she feels that way, obviously it was something that I didn't do or lacked, or maybe I said that put this fear in them. My son was feeling that way too for a long time as a man, a young man. It took him till he was 26 years old to figure out I have to do something different. So he joined the military as a launching pad. As fucked up, as foul as the military is, if you go in with your eyes open, knowing where you're going, knowing why you're going, and knowing where you're going, and that they don't give a fuck about you, but whatever they're offering can help you become the person that's all the military is. You're not going because of pride or patriotism. You're going because you're going to give them as much pride and patriotism as you have to get what they're offering to get out of there and start a life in this godforsaken country. Because that's exactly why I went. I didn't go because I was so gung ho about it. I went because there's offering home loans. I went because after you get out, you got free medical care. I went because you can, you know what I'm saying. This city, I don't know where you live. Anybody on this live chat, I have no clue where the fuck you live. But I can guarantee you it's just as fucked up in LA in its own way. LA is fucked up in a lot of ways, and it'll make you feel like you won't be able to make it. For all those who are making it and drive around here acting like they richer than they are, or they got money, I'll give you a perfect example of what I'm talking about. There's a restaurant in Inglewood, California on Centinela called the Serving Spoon. Remember that name, the Serving Spoon. Small little restaurant. It's real tiny, but it's black owned. And it does pretty well. I don't think it's making as much money as it probably did in the past, but it's doing okay. Well, I went in there one day for a job. This was many years ago, and the job was waiting tables or busting tables, which is easy. I mean, you just clearing tables off, wiping tables off, setting people, and that was it was like a 4 hour day. I went there and I talked to the owner a couple times, but I didn't get the job. And even if they was going to offer it to me, I wasn't feeling it because they were some pretentious ass niggas, man. Keep it a band. They son is an ex NFL player. He used to play college and he played in the league. And he happened to be there. And this nigga was walking around like his nose was all in the air. And I'm not hating on bro, because I didn't know who he was. I didn't know. It was just the way he was walking and how he was kicking it. And I went to talk to the owner outside, had an interview, and I was like, yeah, who's that? I'm like, oh, he came out and said something. He's like, Dad, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, that's your son? Oh, yeah, he used to go to Cal, or he used to go to such and such. He played in the league. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, you motherfuckers y'all be acting like your shit don't stink. I could tell them people just be like, and the chicks that work there, the little waitresses all looking at the nigga, you know what I'm saying? Which is cool too. I'm not hating at all, I swear to God. But you can just see the arrogance in these cats. And that's how people are in LA. When they got something going, they know how hard it is to get anything popping in this city. And when black people get something popping, they're either gonna be one or two things. Humble, you be like, damn, dude got a lot pop going for. He's real cool as hell, though. He's real humble. Or they gonna be assholes and know they about some shit and look at you like you ain't about shit. This is what I've got popping. I promise you, if you come here, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Hell, that's all over the place. Really. That's the world we live in, y'all. That's the world we live in. Don't get it twisted. Nobody don't give a fuck about nobody, man. You got family members that they don't give a fuck about you, man. You know what I'm saying? But the homie said that's how it is there too. And he in a small Pennsylvania town. A small Pennsylvania town. Listen to this.
Morning, Mr. President. We were expected to blow up their largest electric generating plants
that cost over $10 billion to build. So they called. I didn't call. They called. They want to make a deal. And we are very willing to make a deal. It's got to be a good deal. And it's got to be no more wars, no more nuclear weapons. They're not going to have nuclear weapons anymore. They're agreeing to that. Any of that stuff, there's no deal. We're dealing with the man who I believe is the most respected and the leader. It's a little tough. We've wiped out everybody. We'll at some point very, very soon meet. We're doing a 5-day period. We'll see how that goes. And if it goes well, we're going to end up with settling this. Otherwise, we'll just keep bombing our little hearts out.
That's the president of the United States right now. Lying. He said he contacted Iran, called them begging to make a deal. Iran's bombing the fuck out of 7-8 countries right now. Bombing the fudge out of their ass. Donald Trump is trying to save face because he went and punched a dude in the face that was littler than him. This country is literally a big dude that tried to punk a small nigga, and the small nigga turned into what's that goddamn character from Bugs Bunny? That goddamn Tasmanian devil. Blah, 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 blah. And motherfucker Iran turned into the Tasmanian devil on this nigga. Blah, blah. So now this bitch ass nigga has said last week they have until Monday. The deadline is Monday. If you motherfuckers don't open the Strait of Hormuz, we're going to bomb your major power plant. Guess what fucking Iran said to him last week? A fuck you. So this bitch on Monday, today, that's what this whole ass nigga said. They called us and they want to make a deal. No, nigga, they ain't call you. Why are you lying? There's not going to be a deal made, bitch nigga. There's not going to be a deal made, whole ass nigga. What are you stalling for? Nobody believes you. And for those who do believe you, they're fucking stupid. Fox News, MAGA, whoever you are, all the niggas, yeah, black people, so-called niggas that support this bullshit. The only reason you're doing that is you either have money and kissing ass for more, or you want to be in the place of the ass kisser to get some money. We don't believe you. And this is some other shit that then went down.
Sees now to the war in Iran. President Trump with a new deadline to open the Strait of Hormuz, but Iran is defiant, promising to retaliate and escalating the attacks against Israel. The dramatic images coming in tonight from across the region. ABC's Tom Sufi Burridge reports from Jerusalem.
Tonight, President Trump giving Iran a 48-hour ultimatum. Escalating Iranian attacks on Israel. Writing on Truth Social, Trump warning Iran, if it doesn't fully open without threat the Strait of Hormuz within 48 hours, the US will hit and obliterate their various power plants, starting with the biggest one first.
It seems we are at an inflection point because the president has put a very precise day and time at when the strait needs to be open. And if it's not open, the threat is to take out the electrical grid within Iran. That kind of threat probably has to be met if the Iranians don't agree to open.
Now, what the fuck make you think them people give a fuck about living in the dark? I don't give a fuck if all the power went out there. They have contingency plans. That main power plant, and they have several. They have several small outlet plants, but the main plant, which divvy ups all the energy throughout the country, is worth over $2.8 billion. They've already established that, probably more, because usually if it took that much money to build it, you also have to, every year you have to maintain it. So they're putting money into that power grid every day. And each year there's a cost to the maintenance of these power stations. Now you think for 1 second, if America, why didn't they do that off top? You want to bring a country to its knees, attack the power grid, bomb the power grid, bomb their oil refineries, bomb their military mechanization apparatus. I mean, the people who create their military shit. You know why you couldn't do that? Because it was already hidden and it was already waiting for you motherfuckers. They've been waiting for America to attack them for over 35 years.
It comes after the US orders thousands more Marines and sailors on board amphibious landing ships to the region.
The Marines themselves don't have the ability to clear the strait. What you need to clear the strait is the ability to take out all the coastal defenses, to include the fast boats that the Iranians use to attack shipping.
And as the president threatens a major escalation, Iran ramping up attacks on Israel. Dramatic video showing an Iranian ballistic missile slamming into the city of Dimona in southern Israel. Nearby soon after, a second Iranian direct strike in the city of Arad. Both missiles breaching Israel's high-tech, multi-layered air defenses, and both hitting residential districts.
Look at the way the blast ripped away the facade of that building. The missile hit here, right in amongst these residential blocks. We're told dozens of people, families, were inside at the time. This could have been much worse.
Those two attacks happening near to a nuclear research center linked to Israel's undeclared nuclear weapons program. Israeli officials saying more than 120 injured in multiple Iranian strikes in the past 24 hours.
Crazy.
And tonight, Pope Leo yet again urging a ceasefire, calling the war scandal to the whole human family.
Yep.
While in Florida, Major Cody Cork, one of 13 Americans to have died in the Iran war, was this weekend laid to rest.
Lindsay, tonight, Iran accusing President Trump of, quote, delirious threats. Iranian officials rebuffing Trump's demand to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. And that 48-hour ultimatum from President Trump set to expire on Monday night. Lindsay?
That's today. That is today, ladies and gentlemen, on the live chat, and we'll see this video. That is today. He has said by tonight. Now he's changed his tune because he's shitting bricks. The Iranians told him to go fuck himself. Without no fucking Vaseline, stick the hardest object they can up his ass until it hits his fucking forehead. This is your president. This fucking homicidal, depraved, perverted, narcissistic, and also Alzheimer's. And that is a word. Alzheimer's ass motherfucker. If you don't think he got Alzheimer's, you're tripping. I don't know too many people that talk incoherently like this 87-some-odd-year-old piece of fucking shit and doo-doos on himself. He is at the age where shitting on himself makes sense. But the fucked up part is, if you was in good health, you wouldn't be doo-dooing on yourself. Your ass used to sniff ground up speed. You grew up in the fucking 90s as far as a man in business, and you were going to the fucking clubs like Studio 54. I don't know a lot of billionaires like Bloomberg or any of those guys hanging out at no nightclubs. Trump has always wanted to be like Hugh Hefner. He's always wanted to be like Hugh Hefner. And for those who are Hugh Hefner fans, Hugh Hefner was a fucking pervert. Hugh Hefner kept people in that mansion that was so-called beautiful. He kept them in there like they were prisoners. Some of them bitches wanted to be there. Some of them bitches went there to get fame and make a couple bucks and maybe find them an eligible millionaire bachelor or something and go off in the sunset, only to find out that you are fucking stuck in them rooms with a shitload of teddy bears and you're signed up to do all these fucking engagements and these parties that this faggot has. Yeah, Hugh Hefner was a bitch. And I heard he was bi. He used to fuck with men and women. These motherfuckers are some perverts, man. Did you know that Hugh Hefner, this is the God honest truth. I just heard this and didn't even know it. There, Marilyn Monroe, the actress who was murdered. A lot of people don't know that. She was pregnant by JFK and wouldn't have the abortion and subsequently was killed. That's alleged. I will say that. That is alleged, but not far-fetched. If it's true, I wouldn't be shocked, in other words. Do you know she's in a mausoleum in Hollywood? And do you know that Hugh Hefner bought the mausoleum plot right next to, he's right next to hers, just like this, because he had a fantasy of being with that woman all his life. And so when she died, he bought the crypt right next to hers so he would always be next to her. Is that in death now? Is that not weird as fuck? Here's the even worse. Here's the even worse. There's a dude like there. Here's Hugh Hefner's mausoleum. Slot in the mausoleum. Here's Marilyn Monroe's. They're right next to each other. Well, there's a guy that was buried in a slot above Marilyn Monroe. And did you know that the guy who was buried above Marilyn Monroe had them turn his body or bear, because you're supposed to be buried face up. He had him turn his body upside down so he would always be facing Marilyn Monroe, who was right side up in her mausoleum hold above him. And he had his body turned over so he would always be facing her in death and eternity. You can't tell me these ain't no sick ass people, bro. These people are sick. They have mental issues. I don't care how much money. You can become a billionaire and be a psychopath. You can become a billionaire and be so narcissistic that you really have mental issues. You can. That doesn't sound like a sane person. You made these decisions and told your Lord to put it in your will before you died. So you were of sound mind when you made these decisions. Supposed sound mind. With all that going on, you would think you would be able to go somewhere and get you some comfort food, right? And just maybe have a nice meal and just forget about what's going on for a few minutes. You think that would be possible, right? Well, guess what? It's not. Listen to this.
The 3 worst sandwich chains in the USA. Number 3, Subway. This is America's most trusted sandwich, and also one of the most dangerous. People think it's fresh, but the bread is stuffed with extras, softeners, and chemicals banned in other countries. Some of their meats, so processed, they barely count as food. And that eat fresh saying, your stomach knows it's a lie the moment you take a bite. Number 2, Jimmy John's. Loved across the country, but hated by your body. That fresh sandwich can hide meat loaded with chemicals your body hates. Their subs are packed with salty deli meats and greasy sauces that hit your heart like a truck. One single sandwich can go past your entire daily salt limit. It's fast, it's cheap, but your body pays the real price. Number 1, Jersey Mike's, America's favorite sub, and shockingly, one of the worst for your health. Their Mike's Way might taste good, but it's covered in oil blends, processed toppings, and cold cuts linked to swelling and long-term health problems. Some footlongs hit over 1,600 calories, more than a full fast food meal. People swear it's delicious, but inside, it's just a massive salt-fat bomb hiding as a classic sub. The 3.
Did you know that? Did you know that most of the food you buy, did you know that Starbucks, most of those sandwiches and pastries, as well as the coffee, is some of the causes of some of the worst ailments people are dealing with every day? Did you know Jersey Mike's can kill you? Did you know Subway can kill you? Did you know that? Did you just recently see the commercial? There's 2 companies right now that's losing billions, and they're trying to get back at your fucking ass. They're trying to bring you back. Burger King just revamp they whole whenever they remember this right here. God damn it, I'm getting pissed off. Whenever they start putting the CEOs of a food brand company on commercials, they're losing money and people are waking up to the bullshit. So what they do, they revamp everything. The commercial I just saw for Burger King with the CEO, they're introducing a new fresh food. We got fresh produce. They're trying to reassure you that their food won't kill you. They got this new burger at the Big Mac. Forget about that. They got the new Golden Arch burger. It ain't nothing but a Big Mac with more of that fake meat on it and more of that bullshit secret sauce, which ain't nothing but Thousand Island. Don't be fooled by these motherfuckers. They're trying to kill us slowly but surely. And I found out also, this is not alleged, that these so-called passion foods, because that's all they are. They're foods that people are passionate about. They have no other redeeming quality other than the taste. And the taste is just like buying a pack of cigarettes. There's so much chemicals in it that you begin to I can't stop going to Carl's Jr. I don't know why. I know why. It's because that food is addictive. I have to force myself not to go there. I'll be like, nah, man, I can't go there. I'll pass by the motherfucker like, God damn, I was thinking to go get They're killing us, man. That shit is fucking our brain cells up. It's eating away at our bodies, at our hearts. It's eating away at our minds. They're destroying us little by little by little, as well as stressing us as fuck out. How you gonna survive if you stressed out every day at work and there's nothing but kill food everywhere in every direction? Even if you decided to just go to the liquor store and get you an apple juice and a bag of chips, you're going to die. It's enough to make you fucking cry, let alone laugh. To know that this world, the United States, you go to Italy, you're not going to get that shit. You're not nowhere in Europe do they sell food with all them preservatives and additives in them. I'm sure there's some place that does, but it's few and far between. That's why those. Do you know over in Hawaii, even though there's Burger King over there, even though there's McDonald's in Hawaii, the average age in Hawaii that people reach is 82 years old. You know why the life expectancy is so high in Hawaii? They're eating fresher motherfucking food. The food that comes from the States has to be shipped there. That island is over 2,000 miles off of the coast of California. So and that's why everything is so expensive over there. Water is 2 or 3 times more. Gas too is 2 or 3 times more expensive in Hawaii because of its location. So they have to have their own shit. They have to be growing their own vegetables and things over there. Yes, do they use pesticides? I'm pretty sure they do, but I'm sure a lot more of the stuff over there is naturally grown and caught out of the ocean. You know damn well the ocean not as dirty around Hawaii versus the United States. You know it. That's why people are living longer over there. That's why people are living longer in Asia and China and Japan because they eat fresher fucking food. They don't eat all this food with bull. That's why a lot of the Asians, if you go to Japan or any of these countries, are not fat. They're all skinny. Some of them look frail. There's one lady that lives in some village in Japan. She wakes up every morning at 4 o'clock in the morning to go gather up sticks. And she has a big giant bundle of sticks. This woman is 90 some years old and she walks home with these sticks on her back. Frail, looks so frail and old. That woman that lived 90 something years off of rice and fish. I'd be fucking super blessed to reach 90 years old in this country, let alone 60. I'm about to be 60 here in a few months. Man, this shit crazy, man. Listen to this.
There was another mass shooting in the US this morning. That makes 174 mass shootings when there's only been 119 days so far this year. Apparently, a guy got angry because he was asked to keep his shooting practice quiet so a baby could sleep, and instead of doing that, he opened fire on them instead, killing 5 people, including a child, and now he's missing. What the fuck, America? When are we gonna start protecting our kids and not the guns?
Never. You hear that woman's plea? It's falling on deaf ears. There's too many sickos. There's too many sickos in the United States that want to see death, degradation, perversion, and subjugation. They're never going to put these guns down. And I understand why a lot of people want their guns, because this government is so corrupt. You never know when they're going to turn on us. So the gun ownership and the right to bear arms, I don't have a problem with that. But I do have a problem with how it's regulated. Listen to this.
More American troops on the way to the Mideast. The USS Boxer leaving San Diego Harbor. The ship set to carry at least 2,200 Marines. The US accelerating their deployment, according to 2 people familiar with the decision. Meanwhile, as attacks continue in the region, a US F-35 jet making an emergency landing after suspected enemy fire, according to an official familiar with the incident. CENTCOM saying the aircraft landed safely and the pilot is in a stable condition. Iran continues to target energy infrastructure, hitting an oil facility in Kuwait, while Qatar says the Iranian attack on its globally crucial natural gas installation will cost billions. More American troops on the...
They terrified now. Now they sending troops. Now your son or your daughter, your niece, your nephew, they're finna be killed. They're about to be killed. They talking about it's only been over less than 200 casualties in this war, but there's actually been over 1,000. They're keeping the actual casualties away. But first off, if there's 1,000 casualties and they've already contacted these people and sent letters home that their child has or whoever has died, those people ain't got the wherewithal to go to the media and say my son or daughter died. To get an actual count of how many people really got killed so far. They said 113. They always have lied about those numbers. They lied about those numbers in World War II. What you make you think they won't go lie about them in Vietnam? And what the fuck you think they'll tell you that the other side lost all these people. They said only 52 some thousand people died in Vietnam. That's a fucking lie. And they said they killed over a million Vietnamese, but it's only 50,000 Americans died. Man, get the fuck out of here. We didn't have all the smart weapons and all the shit we have today. It was conventional than a motherfucker, meaning one man, one gun on each side, nigga. And them Vietnamese was tan American paws, asses up. Lighting niggas and whites, everybody. And see, the funny thing is, more people died from friendly fire in Vietnam than damn near the fucking actual war. There were so many racist motherfuckers over there in the military that would shoot their own commanders and shoot niggas, all that. Watch Hamburger Hill. That's the shit that we went through. Hamburger Hill is not a thing. Not at all. Blacks had to have their own little code and whole style and everything in order to cope over there. You in Vietnam and you worried about the enemy as well as the white dude that's supposed to be your buddy in your unit. This shit is never going to end here in the United States. Racism is not going nowhere. The policies of stupid pieces of fucking garbage like this bitch ass nigga in the office as the president of this country right now ain't going nowhere. He's going to die off and another piece of shit KKK member is going to slide into that slot and try to become president. And even the motherfuckers on the other side, the Democratic side, that'll get in there that's white, there ain't going to be no black woman. on either side. The desperation for a black female president, even if it was on both sides, if they knew that was the narrative, the MAGA or whoever the fuck's running the Republican side gonna find a fucking a black woman to be their fucking puppet and to only get in there because she got black skin. They don't never want no woman to run this country because they know a woman's gonna come in with the compassion and the willing to talk shit out with these other countries' leaders versus fighting. They want a man to be in that office so a man could act tough and have all this so-called bravado and all of this toughness. We're going to kill him like this stupid piece of shit we got in office now. He don't know nothing about fighting. He don't know nothing about nothing. Yeah, it was a true story. You goddamn right. I'm ex-military. You know I know the story. I've talked to Vietnam vets that was in the service when I was in there and some who was out. I talked to Vietnam vets with fucking claws and half legs and all kind of shit. Talking about how it was. I was so blessed to be in. The fucking thing is, I had a peacetime, wartime mission, meaning that we were not at war, but I was doing border duty when the wall was up. I've seen Czechoslovakian soldiers. I've seen East German soldiers with MPKs. They didn't carry AKs. They carried the second version of the AK, which was the only difference between an AK-47 and an MPK is the AK-47 has a wooden stock. That's the thing you hold like this with your hand. That wooden stock, and it had a wooden shoulder thing. You know, the wooden shoulder buffer. The MPK shit was plastic. That's the only difference. Same weapon, same shoot underwater, shoot when you get set. That's the best. The Kalashnikov AK is the best rifle ever made on the planet Earth. It is. It shoots a larger caliber bullet than the M16, but if the M16, if the Russian or whoever has whatever army has that weapon, and they're fighting Americans with the 7.2 or 7, whatever the millimeter is for the M16, I forget what it is. The bullet for the AK is a 7 something. It's a bigger caliber. That bullet is big. You couldn't take an AK-47 round and put it in an M16 that'll jam it. But you could take an M16 round and put it in an AK and fire that motherfucker. I bet you didn't know that. So whenever they killed American soldiers in Vietnam and they were using AKs and MPKs, if American soldiers was down and their weapons was right there, the Vietnamese or the Viet Cong could pick their clips up and use them. I bet you didn't know that. Why didn't we have a rocket-propelled gun like the RPG? The RPG, one of the dopest fucking weapons any conventional soldier could use. We had a thing called a law, that piece of shit where it pull pin and slide it and do. That is a fire and forget weapon. The law was created so you could fire that one time and you throw it away. A RPG, you could keep loading. All you needed was another guy with you with the rockets. RPGs, you could fire. You could keep firing. As long as you have rockets, you keep firing that motherfucker. These so-called countries that didn't have the technology or the money used to be whooping American soldiers' ass because this country really don't give fuck about giving you the best weapon to use. They don't care. You go to the military, you're not going to get the best weapon. They'll tell you the M16 is so this, so that. They're lying to you. These smaller countries, believe it or not, a lot of them have went to the Russians and they went to other countries to get their shit made. I'm gonna tell you right now, the Russians are some terrible motherfuckers. At least their leadership, not the Russian people per se. I'm sure there's quite a few. Cause see, that's where white people came from that region. White people from the Caucasus Mountains, and that's where it is. There's over in Eastern Europe and Eastern Russia. in that area, in the mountains of the Soviet Union. That's where all white people supposedly came from. So they already have their ideas about who they are as a race of people, as far as whites is concerned. And but they also know who the real true people is. You have to admit that Vladimir Putin even went out and said the first people on this planet. He said this. You can look this up. That the first people on this planet were black people, and all the saints and all these Jesus, all these different people were black. He said this. They got a museum over there showing who the real saints were, and their colors are brown. He said it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he respects black people as a whole. None of them do, because we were conquered. They have taken centuries upon centuries to maneuver themselves into a position of dominance over the world, to say they're the more dominant people, when all of the time they were doing this in the shadows. They've been plotting and planning in the shadows when black people really ran this world, when the fucking Moors, who ruled over Europe for over 700 years, gave them bathing, showed them how to put underwear on, showed them how to wash their clothes, wash their hair, street lights. Do you know why do you think they call that part of Europe for over like 200, a couple of centuries, the Dark Ages? Because they didn't know to put lights up in the street, walk around with torches and shit, believe in dragons. Oh man, these people, man. It's going on 1:00, y'all. I'm gonna give you a couple more sound bites and then I'm gonna get up out of here. And whatever I need to do today, I'll figure it out, because I am completely and utterly flat ass Brizoke. YouTube ain't paid me yet. My internet is off. I'm sure you're wondering how I'm even on here. I'm using the hotspot from my other cell phone to be on here with y'all today. And that's totally on me. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to always grind and do what I got to do to present my case. And hopefully everybody really fuck with me and Corner Store TV. This is David Mueller on ABC. And this is a World News Tonight report. Check this out.
Waves of high-tech drones flying over the highly sensitive area, that base housing B-52 bombers and the Air Force's Nuclear Command.
Law enforcement officials are warning of a significant threat to public safety and national security after swarms of high-tech drones invaded the airspace over one of the nation's most strategic military installations for nearly a week.
Let me stop this shit. There are terroristic cells already been working in the U.S. for years. They've become citizens of this country legally. They've set up businesses. They've put their kids in schools. And they're really cells. They're waiting for the word from their natural-born countries. They're waiting for the word from their natural-born countries. They're waiting for the word from their natural-born countries to attack the U.S. I'm going to run this back so you guys...
Waves of high-tech drones flying over the highly sensitive area, that base housing B-52 bombers and the Air Force's Nuclear Command.
Law enforcement officials are warning of a significant threat to public safety and national security after swarms of high-tech drones invaded the airspace over one of the nation's most strategic military installations for nearly a week. Multiple waves of 12 to 15 drones flew for hours at a time over sensitive areas of Barksdale Air Force Base near Shreveport, Louisiana, home of B-52 bombers and the Air Force's Nuclear Command.
Yeah.
The drones operated in loose formations, then dispersed across sensitive locations on the base.
Yeah.
And they're unlike anything available off the shelf. The document said these drones have a much longer range and are resistant to jamming.
The analysis we reviewed, David, said these still unexplained incursions are expected to continue, and law enforcement officials, David, have long expressed concerns about the country's ability to defend itself from drones.
That's ABC News reporting that. Lucas, I see you, dog. Lucas said, yes, sleeper cells, They are trained in everything American. The villages in Russia, China, Iran. And he said, there you go, my brother. Just helping out. Oh, shit. This nigga. Ugh. Don't do that, man. Thank you, bro. God damn it. The reason why I'm tripping, y'all, is on this live stream. If you notice this gentleman, please, everybody on this live stream, Lucas, thank you for saying what you said. Whoever else is on the live stream, my man Sin Bajan Faro, anybody else on the live stream, will y'all please show some love to Marcus Banks? Please show some love to Marcus Banks. Bro just sent me some bread right now. Thanks, man. Thank you, man. Marcus, thank you for what you said, man. To teach every American. We need to teach. We need to teach every American, man. We need to teach every American, especially every Black American, that there's sleeper cells in this country, bro, and they've been sitting here waiting for the call. They're waiting for America to attack their native country. They have sent them over here as refugees. A lot of these people have left their country saying that they're looking to get out of their impoverished country because of all you have to do is say, I'm an Iranian. I want to leave my country. I want to be a naturalized American because over in my country, we don't have the freedoms and the rights that Americans do. So they've been doing that for years. Now, what's stopping them from being, and you can vet them all you want. You can vet them, no criminal record, nothing, and find out that they are Iranian operative that been working on. That's why they create these shows. The Americans used to be on Fox, on FX. I'm sorry, not Fox. This show called The Americans used to be on FX. Guess what that show was about? That was about two motherfuckers that were Russian operatives came over here and acted like they was American apple pie couple with two kids, and they was just they fit right into the fucking suburban lifestyle. I'm just working a job, and they were Russian operatives waiting for them to tell them when they do certain things. The same thing happened with the fucking supposed 9/11. And I say supposed because I know that it was an attack from America on its own people. So why would they be having all these drones flying around? Thank you, Marcus, man. I don't even know what to say to you, bro. There's nothing else I can say to you other than I don't know what to say to you, man. I feel retarded even trying to say anything to you. I'll keep fucking my eye up. My eye is all swollen. God damn. This particular eye is for some reason tripping and it's kind of hurting right now. I need to my eyes are all dry. I need to put these drops in my eye. So much. He said, I know you so much, too much. You know me? Are you talking about me? He said, I love the podcast and the truth. It's the facts. He said, bro, I know you so much, too much. 30,000 Chinese aged, he said 30,000 Chinese aged military aged men every month from the Durian Gap. Damn, I didn't know that. Now there's a gap in Germany that I worked on at Camp Lee called a Meiningen Gap, and that's where the Germans came through to attack Poland, because Poland's not too far. I'll look it up, bro. Thanks for the information. I appreciate that. It's all love. But yeah, man, this is real talk, bro. This is real talk. You can't, you know what I'm saying? I hear you. It's a path from Central America. There's only one way in from Central America, and that's through Mexico. Either you got to cross the Gulf of America now. But if you look on the map, you'll see there's only one way to walk into the United States, and the closest way. Well, you know. So a lot of these people will come through, and it just looks like they're trying to find, um, solace in the United States, and that's not. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even know what else to say about it. I don't know what else to say about it. I don't. Um, I don't. It's, it's, I'm just trying to make it, never fake it, man. Anyway, I'm gonna save these other videos for next time. What do I got here? This one is. Oh, this last thing. Listen to this. This is one last thing I'm about to play for y'all.
So a near million-acre fire has been burning through Nebraska, if you didn't know, literally the size of fucking Rhode Island. And I've been noticing. So a near million-acre fire has been burning through Nebraska, if you didn't know, literally the size of fucking Rhode Island. And I've been noticing zero media coverage on it. Every camera, every reporter, every headline is pointed at the Middle East. Fire is approaching 1 million acres, one of the largest in U.S. history. And I just want you to think about this when considering this fire being in Nebraska, okay? Before we get to that, I just want you to think about this. Massive wildfires in Nebraska are threatening to slow efforts to rebuild the U.S. cattle herd as key grazing land in one of the nation's top beef-producing states has been destroyed. Fires fueled by high winds have burned roughly 775,000 acres of pasture, removing a critical feed source for tens of thousands of cattle, according to state officials. Loss of grassland is expected to delay herd expansion plans, even as producers have been encouraged by historically strong cattle prices. You see where I'm going here? Now think about this. Nebraska just so happens to sit on top of the Ogallala Aquifer. It just so happens to be the largest underground water source in America. Ogallala supplies 30% of all irrigation water used in U.S. agriculture. Think about this. While oil prices go up, fertilizer costs skyrocket. If shipping is interrupted, then grain exports also stall. This is happening during the biggest geopolitical crisis in 50 years. And you really think it's a coincidence? So a near million.
Ask yourself, is that dude right? Did you guys know that one of the leading fertilizer producing countries is Russia? Russia's fertilizer profits has gone up 32%. Did you know Russia's oil reserves have been requested by the rest of the world because the Strait of Hormuz has been closed? Did y'all know that? Russia's oil has made them in the last 2 weeks couple of $1 billion. It's all relative. It all means the same thing. It's all about money and power. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Demetrius, one love, man. You just don't realize, bro. I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what I could do for you. Let me keep growing, bro, and let me get to a point to where I'm telling you all your efforts and all your respect for me and admiration to do what you've done. I promise you it's going to come back to you. I promise you in God's name it's going to come back to you. Shout out to the homeboy Lucas from New Zealand that's in the live chat. Thank you, New Zealand. Thank you, New Zealand, for stepping into the live stream and showing love. I appreciate it, man. Man, you just don't know, bro, how much that means to me. You just don't know. I know it's money and all that. Anybody would be, oh, thank you, thank you. You just don't understand. My internet is off. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this bread because my internet's like 106 to get it back on, and that's just the what do they call it? What do they call that shit when you it's like it's more than that, but it's from the previous bill, the last bill. You pay the last bill, you get it turned back on, blah, blah, blah. You already know. So that's how I'm paying shit to these days. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get into all my personal finances. My shit get handled. It's just the bread that I normally use ain't here yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just sit on this bread. I'm gonna sit on it and deal with what I got to deal with, entertainment wise and internet wise, until tomorrow. Hopefully everything. Oh, it's all good, Lucas, man. Thank you, man. Hey, do me a favor, Lucas. Become a member of the channel. I know you already subscribed. I would assume that you've already subscribed. If you subscribe, thank you and God bless you. But like, keep in contact with me, man. You got everybody on the live chat. Go to my page where all my information is. Go to the channel where all of the information about the page, about who I am, and read all of that, soak up all that information. If you want to ever contact me, it'll tell you how to do so and everything. I love y'all. Shout out to everybody on the live chat. Corner Store Television, Corner Store Podcast, another great episode. And just like I said, the tagline for the show is come get something from the store. So do that. Continue to come get something from the store. It's your boy OMD 300. I love y'all. Thank y'all. God bless y'all, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. I don't know why I got this fucking burping and shit going on in my chest today. This shit crazy. I keep it double real. Thank you, Lucas, man. Always a pleasure, man. Check me out this Thursday on another edition of Corner Store Podcast. And if I happen to pop up, hit the notification bell. Hit the notification bell so you'll know when I'm on, whether I'm doing music content or any of that stuff. Hopefully tomorrow, because I'm going to call an engineer at the studio I'm supposed to be recording at and let her know that, you know what I'm saying, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to meet with her tomorrow until the bread come. I'm going to let her know. You're probably thinking, why are you going to record some music if you got to pay all these bills? Well, I'm trying to set aside some bread to do that. Marcus then sent me a couple more dollars like he did a few days ago, which ended, shit, I only had, what I got? I only had like $10 of that left. I put gas in the car, got some trees. He already know about that. I talked to him about it. But this is going to help me, I'm going to go and sit on this to use this for the actual recording. I just another $50. I can probably go ahead and do what I need to do. So I love y'all. God bless y'all. Stay healthy. Always keep trying, like this homie said in here on the live. You kind of new to the channel, so don't think, a motherfucker like me ain't out there getting it every day. If you want to talk to anybody about how I get down, Southern Girl, Bijan, Scene 13, all of them will tell you I'll be grinding every day. Even if I'm not going nowhere and I'm still at home, I'm doing some type of grind and trying to figure this shit out. I love y'all, and I do have a couple interviews for jobs coming up, so you can't do this without having that. You can't do this without having some kind of ends coming in extra. It's just for real, for real. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Come check me out, man, on Thursday, Corner Store Podcast, and look for all my other content, man. Hit the notification bell. It's your boy OMD. I'm out.